It's strange. I really am afraid to talk, but I'm trying to overcome that. It's weird. I feel it like build up and stuff like holding me back from actually talking to the camera. It's like, am I going to use this footage? So many times I'll record something and then it never does anything. But then sometimes I'm afraid of talking too much or making a mistake talking. See, my heart is even racing having this filming for some reason. It's crazy. It's scary for some reason. I don't know. Today I'm just getting ready, seeing what that does, you know? Try to talk to the camera. So, I've got like a whole facial routine thing, but I usually want to change my shirt first. This is how I store my shirts, and I hate it. So the last couple days, I've been wearing something like this. I'm not sure if it's the vibe right now, though. And everything just falls out as soon as you grab one thing. So that's great. Let's see. So, you know, I used to be really against these like wife beater type tank tops. I think it stems even further back into like being raised in Mormonism, of like they're the bad type of garments almost. It's kind of a weird, I don't know, I've never really said that, but I used to be against them. But I think I realized something, like I just like, it's not like an outer garment most of the time. Some people can pull it off, but it's an undergarment. You're supposed to wear it under your clothes, and I think that's where obviously it's supposed to shine. Same with kind of t-shirts, honestly. That's where they stemmed from. So it's like the military, they wear it off in their off time. I don't know, I have some opinions about that, but this shirt is pretty wild. The first time I put this on in a Goodwill, immediately 2 old ladies stopped me and were like, that looks amazing. And I was like, well, I guess I have to get this. But I've been wanting something like, it's not every day you get something with a flat collar like this. So that's cool. Not sure if it's the vibe right now, though. It might be all right, though. So, facial routine stuff. In the mornings, I've got like the ordinary stuff. My sister, Michaela, I'm sure you'll see her later. We years ago we've set this up on a routine that's really worked for us. But niacinamide, just like daily, helps with like oil production and evening the skin and stuff. So that's cool. I've always done, I have a spray bottle now that I wet the face to make it easier to apply everywhere, just kind of more smooth. Because I doing that before, just kind of dragging it around your dry skin, really sucks. So got this dot on my forehead right now because I'm working on getting rid of this, I don't even know what to call it. There's a term for it. But I've been trying to get rid of it with salicylic acid, but I've had to get a higher concentration that I just like, boop. So, but it's like been making the skin red, but I think it's finally getting rid of it. I've had it for years because I was a photographer on cruise ships, and holding the camera to the side like that, I would constantly put my thumb right here, and I think it just made like a buildup, and I've been working on getting it out. Weird thing, but yeah. Next, we just got some moisturizer. I've had this thick stuff lately that I don't really like, but it's all I have right now. I have this one too, but it's like alright, put on some sunscreen today just because I'm doing this, and I don't put it on every day. Some days I do if I know I'm going to be inside most of the day. I don't know. I've been trying to a little bit more, but it like makes like a weird, if you put too much of it, you can feel it like on your face when you start like sweating. It's weird. I don't really think the morning routine stuff is that interesting. A lot of the night stuff is kind of more, there's a lot more to talk about with it. But now we're gonna use some hair gel for the mustache. I started using two of, I've used this one because this one gets, it's like one of the only ones that's actually pretty high on yucca. And I just put it on the inside edge right now because of like when I'm drinking water, I don't want to be eating this hair gel. Well, out of the two I have, this Got to Be Glued one and this one, you know, because I had originally this Got to Be Glued one that was like awful on yucca. It was like causing like infertility. Same with a mascara that I had. It's awful. That was kind of my turning point with noticing my products. We're gonna run out of time. Oh, I wonder if it'll let me keep going. I thought it could go longer than that. That's crazy. All right, part 2. We've done the facial routine. We've gotten ready, although I'm still thinking about changing. No new different bandanas, scarves. I got fucking piles over here. One of these. I've unlocked a new way to style the bandana just by wearing 2 bandanas. So, although it's all messed up right now, I just washed everything, so everything's out, but this one's pretty cool, huh? I like that. So, in the meantime, who am I? Why should you listen to me? You don't have to, but you will. My name is Jaden. I go by Jar sometimes. I have a tattoo, Jar here. This is my initials. That's how I sign my artwork. I'm an artist. I'm a painter. I was a photographer before. I worked on cruise ships with Cunard. I was a photographer on the Queen Mary 2 and the Queen Elizabeth and Queen Victoria. Yeah, I've been on every continent except Antarctica, mostly because of that cruise ship the year that I was on board back in like 2019 to like 2020. Yeah, these days now, so ever since COVID, I came back from ships. Oh, that's not even how I'm supposed to do this. I need to roll this halfway to the middle on each side and fold it into each other, and that makes it a full just collared piece there. Anyways, so I was coming back from ships. I was getting ready to go back. I was going to go work in the art gallery. I was doing all the interview process for it. I was about to fly out like 2 weeks out, and then COVID happened. Everything got shut down, and I was stuck at home for like 2 years because of it. So my sister, who was living down south, I'm from Utah, I was up in Salt Lake, and she was like thinking about getting a van. It was like that first big boom of van life that we saw that. We were watching all that. We wanted to do it. So we were talking about getting vans for a long time, and then it became a real thing. So we ended up getting vans. I got mine first. I'm currently in mine. I'm sure there's more van tours you'll see later. Anyway, so the bandana, it's like that. And then say, where's that one? This one, I don't know. The pattern on the stripes might be a little too much. And it's been kind of cold out, so I almost want to wear a bigger one. Okay, so I got my van. I flew to Portland. It was so quick that I was able to jump in because someone was about to buy it, and then they fell through, and I was like, please. So I got my van. I flew out to Portland. I got the van. I took it to a mechanic. Everything was good. Bonded with the mechanic even. We still talk all the time. He's helped me with a lot of stuff. He's taught me basically the videos that are on my channel about how to fix stuff are because of what he's taught me. I don't think I'm vibing with this. So I got the van, and then I just drove straight back to Utah. It was like a 9-hour drive. And then soon after, my sister Michaela, she got her van, and she had to go to Nebraska for that. And then she drove back too with my mom. So we spent the next year, maybe even longer probably, converting the vans slowly. But we had to move into them very quickly. Like, well, not very quickly. Kayla had no choice because she was moving out of her apartment, but she was coming up north. But then it was like, let's do it. So we got our floors in and stuff, and it was just a metal shell, and we put just our mattresses on the ground, and we lived on the ground of the van for a while. So that's how it was for a long time, and we just slowly made progress, although living in the van definitely made it go, like the process took a lot longer. So we left Salt Lake, and we went down to southern Utah, where our grandparents are, and we spent like the next 4 months being crazy broke, and just with every paycheck we'd get from, mostly we got lucky with a gig I had of dental assisting. I've been a dental assistant for now 8 years, and I was able to find work for my sister too, that we were able to assist and make a little bit of money. And we were just stuck in the desert for 4 months, living at my aunt's house in like a little tiny 1-bedroom that had a bathroom that was connected to the rest of the house. But 3 of us, my sister, me, and her roommate from college, JL, we were all stuck in that room together for a long time, and we just went crazy with each other for a long time. Not like, it was fun, but there was a lot of emotional stress going into trying to finish this fan build and get it done. But we did finally get it done, and we first left for Flagstaff. We first left, the first time we immediately get there, we have engine problems on Kayla's van, and we were stuck there for like a month, which was kind of putting a damper on our traveling the world plans, especially on the first one. But we were about to leave, and then we were going up a hill, and then her check engine light starts flashing. We have to go back, and they do more work, and and we're still doing to it to this day. We've been working on it now on the engine. Basically, on her spark plug, the cap on the coil, the screw has rusted off, and it broke off flush on there. So we've been trying to drill it out and be able to get that screw out, even to this day. But basically, the mechanic put a piece of cloth and some big zip ties on it to hold down the coil, and it's lasted for the past 2 years of us traveling the West Coast and the East Coast. But now we're trying to finally deal with it, because we just changed the spark plugs the other day, and we changed all mine. We've been doing a lot of engine work lately. We're in North Carolina at the moment, just because that's how it's lined up. We flew home to Salt Lake and then came back to Raleigh, and we stored the vans in Raleigh. And so we've just kind of been hanging out. I've been working, I've been down assisting. We've been really just trying to get the courage to start making like van videos. It's a lot of stress. I mean, if you saw even in my part 1 about, that's how I first start off, with my fear talking to the camera and trying to, I have so much I want to say, but it's like I don't know how, or how, like in this format, and people, will they watch? I don't know. So, you know, it's the stresses of it all. But I'm gonna slowly try to chip away at it and see if you follow along. That's all it really matters, honestly. I'm talking to you. I'm talking to the people who have seen it all, who are listening for me, who are continuing the story and here to listen to it all. I'm not trying to make it big with one-liner stuff. This is going to be more of a long-form content to see my journey, and so I can teach you stuff, and hopefully you guys teach me stuff, and it'll just unravel in that way, because I feel like it's been something a long time coming, even how scared I am to start it, and the work and stress it takes to actually put in to make the videos and edit and stuff like that. And it's easier when I can talk like this, but we're still trying to figure out how to edit. Even though I've had the experience, it's just my computer's like not running it, and all this stuff, it's, I don't know, it's been weird. And transferring data from, like, we only have the phones right now to bring the footage over, that's a whole thing. So, but we're getting close to another 10-minute mark. It's kind of interesting to break it up into these 10-minute segments. I can try and put it in, and I still make some progress in a sense that's still digestible, hopefully. I don't know. We'll see. But all we really did was put on the handkerchiefs, the bandanas. I don't know. Put on more layers. We'll see. Throughout the day, the beautiful thing about living in a van is I have my clothes with me at all times. So I change my clothes multiple times a day. So I will probably make a video with each changing thing. But if you've made it this far, you're a real one. Let's see where this goes.